I'm gonna lie back so people think you're taller than I am.
What does it got to do with the submarines killing
I love
off each other?
submarines, man.
It's been a while since we had a good submarine
movie.
movie, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean,
Well,
it's
there's
been...
plenty of good submarine movies.
But I mean-
generally, when people, I don't know, it's like.
When is the last time we actually had a submarine movie?
Been a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Been a
saying.
while.
And you know, I
But
mean,
you had to Google it. You should have Googled it before we actually did it.
yeah, definitely. But, you know,
when,
did you read the book?
No, Hunter Killer?
Yeah.
No, I have not. There's way too many books, man. I'm not in the Hunter Killer series. If it is a series,
I mean,
just
generally
like
speaking, I know. Yeah, yeah.
you know, every month you get like hundreds of books released. Like, you can't read them all. It's like physically impossible to read all the books.
Yeah, it's one of those things, you know, when
So
you're
you
watching
buy-
those like Suits or something, and they finish reading like 400-page documents in one night, or
It's
like,
like, no, I didn't.
it's like that's
Just
impossible.
skim
like-
through that stuff, man. He's like, hey, I'm gonna flip to the end, see how it ends.
Yeah, I
Like,
found a loophole in this document, but it's like, where, man, where?
You didn't
I mean,
read them
it's all
all.
good shows, but still, you know, it's just
You didn't
impossible.
read them all.
Anyways, back to Hunter Killer, man. I think I've seen the trailer for this movie.
I have not, but I do follow Gerard Butler on Instagram, and he dropped
okay.
a piece of the trailer, and I was like, and that's the first time I ever heard about it. It was like less than a month ago.
Right. Yeah, same
And he was
here,
like,
man.
I'm coming out with this movie, and it's like and I was like, Gerard Butler on a submarine. It's like, I'm in.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know anything. I didn't know what it was
I've seen
about.
the trailer where we were gonna watch Venom or something.
Well,
and
I don't watch trailers because typically my explanation is thus. I have watched way too many movies from pretty much all of the different genres minus the horror, to the point that you can't really surprise me with much. So if I watch a trailer,
yeah.
90% of the time I'm gonna figure out exactly what's happening in the movie, and that kind of kills the vibe for me. So I don't watch the trailers. That way when I go and see a movie, I can be I can still figure out what the plot is
Yeah.
as it's happening, but it's you know, I get to enjoy it more
Yeah.
than actually knowing the whole plot before I even go sit it.
Yeah, well, for some movies, you know, you see... But anyways, I've seen the trailer and I was like, this looks good. It was Gerard Butler, it was Submarine, it was like US Russia versus Russia pretty much. I was like, you know, this is the start of World War III pretty much. And, you know, so that's the only thing I expected. And somehow some third party was involved, but you can grasp who that really was from the trailer. And so I was like, okay, this looks good. So when I went to see the movie, I was shocked at how, I mean shocked, I was stunned because it's been a while since we've seen a submarine movie. And they really did this, I mean, not by the books, it was kind of by the numbers, like, you know, it followed the formula, but the formula, like the whole thing works, you know,
They
you can't
twisted
say
it off. Like,
enough.
there was enough. And
of
he
everything,
was,
and the shots in the submarine, man. I mean, Captain, you know, getting his crew together, they kind of, you know, skipped that part. I mean, they didn't really skip it, but they skipped it.
Yeah,
Eventually, but it worked, you know.
it worked because they tell you like, oh, we have a submarine, the crew's all there. They lost the captain, but we assigned another one too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
It
like,
was
oh, okay, you know.
pretty solid, and I like that part. They were like in this small Scottish town, and they're like, you know, he comes to the EXO.
It's like, oh, we gave him a 2-day leave. Like, there's two pubs. Like, you go one, I go other. We're gonna round up the crew.
What do you mean? It's impossible to get the crew.
Yeah, there's like two pubs.
There's like two pubs, and we're all Americans in a little Scottish town. You know, it's like,
You go to one, I'm gonna go to the other, and just gonna round up the bus.
yeah. And then, you know, Captain talking to the crew, and the whole thing about how the conflict begins was like, you know, very mysterious. Like, you know, who's throwing, you know, who's shooting, you know, who's shooting down, you know, Russian and
because,
US
you know,
submarines. You know, like who's
Without
doing all this
spoiling
stuff?
much, you know,
Yeah.
one submarine blows up, the other one gets blown up, and it's like, okay, what's happening? And then the whole, and you sort
There's
of
like
have
the mystery under the sea.
Yeah, and then
I
you have
mean-
like the whole military crew, the coup, and then it's like there's all this stuff that's kind of thrown into the blender, but it's so well mixed together.
Yeah.
It just blends nicely, and
Definitely,
then there's
yeah.
like a special operations team that has to go to Russia to kind of suss out the territory, and just so many moving parts. But they'll fit together.
They'll put together, make one great war movie. If you're into war, like, dude, when I've seen it by myself, because you have already been seen it, and I don't know why, but I went to see it by myself, and you know who actually saw this movie? It was just couples, man. Like, I think I was the only dude that was by himself there.
I had some kids celebrating a birthday, and like for the first 15 minutes, we just threatened to throw the kids out because they did not keep quiet. And I was like, exits there, there, and there. Either you leave or I throw you out.
And
Or you keep your mouth shut.
So it's like, you know, and everybody.
Surprisingly, they
yeah.
kept their mouth shut after that.
And surprisingly, at the end of the movie, everybody loved it. The girls, the guys, you know, it's like
Yeah, it's like generally one of those movies. Like if you tell us like, it's like a war movie, it's like you know, I'm not really into the war movies. But here's the thing: it's more of a thriller slash drama. Not even drama, not even thriller.
It's a mystery under the sea, literally. Like,
And
it's a crime movie.
Yeah,
literally. And World War III is, you know, impending. You know, it's impending doom. I mean, they go to DEFCON 2 at one point.
Oh yeah.
Which is like, that's one step short of, starting nuclear war, all-out war.
Yeah,
so
DEFCON 1 is like, go ahead, broke loose. So we're just there. That's how close. And then, there's like, okay, this is a non-spoil, this is a
we can spoil it because by the time this movie gets, this review gets uploaded,
well,
the movie
it's only been out like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. So
since we saw it? Since
it came out. I saw it like first week. We saw it in the second week.
Well, we'll definitely publish this later on, man. So this could
I do it sooner. But this is the non-spoiler part.
Sure, fine.
Even though
you already spoiled one part, but whatever, man. Anyways,
the Russian bodyguard.
Yeah.
When they shoot him, did you know he wasn't gonna die?
You know what? I thought that was the end of him. When he appeared later on,
dude, he shows up with like a big ass car.
But they shot him like right here or something.
Yeah,
it was like one of those things.
But it's like this guy's gonna like probably like, it's either gonna be Armageddon or he's just gonna kill everybody.
I didn't expect him to live, man. Literally, when he appeared,
and then they shot him, and I was like, well, that's way too easy. And he doesn't die before they dump him in. So when he surfaces on later, it's like, I'll help you.
It has to be that cold, Baltic Sea water or whatever.
No, it's him. Like the dude's scars right here, man. He's like, you don't kill him easily.
But anyways, when he appeared, I was neither surprised nor disappointed. I was like, okay, whatever. It's a fun movie. I will tell you one thing.
I did enjoy watching Captain Flint make an appearance.
Captain who? Oh, right. Yeah.
Watching Black Sails was...
Dude, I thought that dude looked familiar. I just couldn't place him, man. It's been a while since I've seen him in anything. Like the last thing I've seen him in was something after Black Sails. I forgot what.
13 Hours probably.
Yeah, 13 Hours. That's right. But I was half expecting that dude from SEAL Team. From the TV show SEAL.
Yeah. Well,
Navy SEAL was the name of the show? I only watched one season of it, but like...
Well, I enjoyed Toby.
Because he was...
watching Black Sails, you can't not love Toby, so,
He's one of those guys that just sticks with you, man.
Yeah, he makes
Charles Wayne.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. So when I saw him on screen, I was like, okay, this is shaping up to be pretty good. And then you kind of throw Gary Oldman into it. Common does...
Well, you know what? Gary Oldman's role was... he was just a supporting character, but dude, that's Gary Oldman. Like, no matter what he does,
he still spice up the whole.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
And at one point, you're like, you even think
it was that kind of a character.
And he's perfect for it.
And Common was the admiral
in charge of.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is like, there's a lot of moving parts in this one.
A lot of them, but they make it work.
No matter who you are, young or old, you can actually watch this movie.
Did you check out what the director did before this?
And you can enjoy this movie. So Donovan Marsh. Let's see what Donovan did.
Is this like his first movie?
Oh no, he did a couple of... He directed Hunter Killer, Avenged, Spud 2.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. Spud 2, man.
You watched that?
Spud 2, the madness continues, man. That's
Did you watch that?
No.
Okay.
So surprisingly, that the guy doesn't have
a lot under his wing.
Yeah, but Yeah. Spot 2, man. I'm
Well, he
telling you.
did a great
Spot
job
2,
with
yeah.
this one, man. I mean,
Spot 2, man. This continues. Hey, you got John Cleese in it.
okay.
It's watchable, man. 6.3 on IMDb.
That's commendable, man.
Definitely not gonna watch that one. But, you know, so you're basically putting a director that doesn't have a lot of experience, or maybe has a lot of experience. Just we didn't see a lot of him, and he does a fantastic job.
Definitely. You know, I would say, you know, dude, I'd like to see another submarine movie from him. Definitely, man. I think I would. It would definitely get my expectations up a little bit, because Hunter Killer is so well done that. And I have no idea how much input the original writer of the book had on the movie. You know, I don't know if he maybe helped.
Well, that one
write
is
the script.
always like.
Yeah, you never know.
Because you never know whether the studio
And I have no
retained the
idea how
full
much they
rights
stuck
or
to the book or not. So I was like, if you read the book,
well, here's the thing.
you
I
should
mean,
let me know. Man.
definitely,
And, followers on
I don't know
Instagram,
whether
too.
they changed it up or not. But the thing is,
The movie
I like
solid, man.
what they did with
Like
it.
I said, all the submarine, like scenes in the submarine, crew getting down, submarine, diving in, especially the dive. When they were going,
first
this
dive,
is
yeah.
the first time that I can think of, that I can remember, and dude, correct me if I'm wrong. I've never seen, when they're diving down, the crew move. They, at an angle, they literally it looks
and
like they're...
they give you like an off-screen shot, and you kind of
Yeah.
see the whole crew.
I've
and
never
that.
seen that in
was
a
pretty cool.
submarine
That was
movie,
pretty cool.
and I thought that was very realistic and so cool of them when they just, I don't know how many, that was around 15, maybe 30 degrees,
Yeah.
Enough for them to stand tall but not fall down.
Yeah.
And dude,
Definitely
that
a
was
cool shot, and he was
that
like,
was
okay.
one of the cool. Well,
It's
it happens at least twice, I think.
seeing
So
how that's one of the first scenes of the movie. You're like, just that scene, that shot tells you like, okay, I'm in for a ride.
yeah, definitely, man.
Because that one was like, okay, because you don't expect it, and it's like the little things.
Definitely.
They kind of, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna enjoy this.
Yeah, and when the torpedo falls down and the ship is, there's water coming in and the torpedo falls down on the dude and they help drag.
There's like so much stuff that we don't want to
like
spoil
if-
it for you,
yeah.
like the ending. Like,
Oh,
while
man.
you see it
Oof.
coming, and you know it's gonna happen, when it happens, it's just like,
And then when they're dealing with the strategy on what they're supposed to do, I'm like, why don't you just do this? And then, the admiral comes in and he says, why don't we do this? I'm like, yeah, somebody, and it's like, yeah.
it's a good
dude,
movie.
yeah.
It's one of those you wouldn't think it, based on the fact that it's called Hunter Killer, but that's just the sub designation. So it's like,
And impending doom and World War III
Yeah.
coming this close to it is just,
and there's some blood, but it really is a movie for the whole family.
Definitely. I love it. What's your
I'd
rating,
say
man?
24, 3-4,
I agree. I'm going 25, man. It's rewatchable. The theme, the music, the scenes, the acting is on point, and the stuff with the XO, always, counteracting the captain. I think there was
Like
parts
you
of it that I
said,
thought was a little bit too
yeah,
much.
he kind of overdid it on a couple of them. You're like, okay.
But I think that's the script, not necessarily
Oh,
the
yeah.
role.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's not the acting; it's the script. But I think it was a little bit too much. But I was like,
At
dude,
times I would agree.
Yeah.
Agree. But still,
it's
pretty-
the little
pretty
things
good
that
movie.
literally make this movie pop and stand out.
And there's enough of the little things to
Yeah,
complete the big picture.
and at the end of the movie, when they show the real submarines just diving down and doing their stuff, that was also pretty cool. Even though it's just random submarines. So yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Until next time, Bash Bros out.